What is going on, guys? Back once again, and yeah, the Nuggets pretty much got decimated by the Wolves. Honestly, man, I don't know who to blame on this one. It's not really like a who to blame. It's more just like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's more just like, I don't know what the word is. It's just I'm not looking for anyone to blame. I'm not. Like I guess it's like the reasoning. I guess like the reasoning is just like, we had literally everyone out except for Michael Porter Jr. And let's not lie, Michael Porter Jr. is not the type to carry the team. Like he potentially could if he just got a little bit better, but and I mean better just like like confidence wise, the dribbling, if he could pull a jump shot wherever he wants to, like the Kevin Durant type, so it's like, yeah, he's not good enough to carry the entire team. He'll get his own. I'm not worried about him. Christian Braun, still loving what I'm seeing, man. I really am. Nothing to complain about Christian Braun. It's just, I guess, like, I don't know if I should blame like the NBA scheduling. I see people blaming the scheduling and how they just got done from a game last night. That was a late night game, and then with the travel time and all that stuff, they actually lost an extra hour. So it's like within 24 hours of playing, and I guess that's not cool, which makes sense. I would hate that too. So it makes sense, and it makes sense why they rested everyone. I was gonna say, it doesn't make sense that the NBA scheduled it like that, to where it's like home game in Denver, then a back-to-back in Minnesota, just a fly back to Denver to play Minnesota. Like, kind of made no sense. They could have just had it to where Denver, we stay in Denver to play, like tonight, we stay in Denver to play Minnesota, and then we go to Minnesota on Tuesday and play there on Tuesday instead of the flip-flopped home away game, So it made no sense why they did that. I don't know why, but it was yeah, the loss was a bad loss, 30-point loss, but it's whatever. We didn't have our 5 starters in. Anthony Edwards is still screaming like a little girl getting murdered. It's the most annoying thing ever. Swear to God, every time that guy drives in, he just screams at the top of his lungs. I'm just like, dude, shut up, please. Good God. Other than that, man, not a lot, man. We had a lot of turnovers. I'm just really tired. But we had a lot of turnovers, like a lot of turnovers. It was actually pretty disgusting. It was a lot of bad turnovers. They showed one stat that was like, we had 10 turnovers when the Timberwolves had 1. And I think it was like literally halfway through the second quarter. I'm like, how do we have 10 turnovers already? It's just bad. It was bad. DeAndre Jordan, I still don't know why he's there. Cool, he's a cool locker room guy, but when we need someone to play, I just don't think he's that guy anymore. I really don't know. I don't get it. I personally don't. I've never been a fan of DeAndre Jordan being on Denver at this age, this time in his career. He's not the same DeAndre Jordan he was at the Clippers. So I personally have never liked it. Let's see who else played. Devon Reed, I was always a fan of his. He didn't really do much. Kind of shows why he's bottom of the bench now. Yeah, I swear he got more time last year. Sean Sharp, nothing to complain about. Bruce Brown, man, Bruce Brown, MPJ, man, Christian Braun, they tried, but when you're missing Aaron Gordon, 2-time MVP Jokic, Jamal Murray, and KCP, man, it's too much, man. Like, I'm not mad. I'm really not mad. As soon as I saw that all 5 starters were out, or 4 out of 5 starters were out, I was like, yeah, we're gonna lose this one. And they have Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert, and I think the only one they're missing is Cat. So, I was like, we take this L, so whatever. The Grizzlies also lost, so pretty much if we would have won this game, I think we would have been tied with Boston for the best record in the league, so that kind of sucks. But it's kind of whatever. It's really not a big deal. There's really nothing else to talk about. Like, starters are out. It was a bad game. Just all around, man. I'm telling you, like, DeAndre Jordan, some of the shit he was doing, he was like just not catching the ball. It was weird. Like, you have mittens for hands, but you can't catch the ball. I don't know what's happening with him. Some calls are BS. A lot of calls are bullshit. Like there were a lot. Well, the reason. Okay, so I saw a stat that said like the free throw attempts, Denver had 2 at the time of when they're showing it. Denver had 2, Timberwolves had 12. I was like, Yeah, they're calling a lot of bullshit fouls for the Timberwolves right now. But then later on, it started to catch up with the Minnesota, and then Denver was getting some bullshit calls. I'm just like, dude, these refs are just... It's whatever. It's not the reason why we lost. I'm just trying to make up conversation here, just as, you know, that's pretty much it. Like, the refs, meh. Like, you know, bunch of bad calls to me on both sides. Not just for you know, against Denver. It was just on both teams. It wasn't that great. Nothing else. Like, really, the only other thing I could say is, like, man, the halftime. Oh, I didn't even watch the last quarter. I was like, nah, I'm done watching this. Partially because NBA League Pass, for some reason, the game started to get really choppy. Like, hey, can we pull the disc out and clean out the bottom of it and then try to restart the disc type choppy? It was pretty bad. It was pretty skippy. But for some reason, the ads worked amazingly. The ads were just fine. But for some reason, the game I was trying to watch was like laggy as shit. Because I actually missed the game. I was playing basketball myself. Yeah, you know, got a 3-on-3 shirt. It was soaked. It's all dried out now. But we won. We won by 3. So, yeah, I went, got food, came back, rewound the game all at the beginning, rewatched it. And I was like, all right, let's go. And like, I'm still like making my food and shit. And I look up and I'm like, oh, where's it? I was like, wait, where's Jokic? Where's Aaron Gordon? Where's Jamal Murray? And then that's when I hear, oh yeah, they're all out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, well, we lost this one. Good game to literally from like the first quarter. I'm like, a good game, Timberwolves, you know? Like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the Timberwolves. I just don't like Anthony Edwards always screaming. It really irritates me. That's all he does is just scream. Every time he drives in, I'm like, bro, shut up, Jesus. Like, it's just so, I can literally hear you, like, oh, dude, it's just so annoying. So, that's the only complaint I have with the Timberwolves. Other than that, I don't really have a complaint against them. Like, no, I actually like Edwards. Edwards is a pretty good player. I just don't like how he yells every single time he drives in. That's it. So the standings, Memphis lost. So, you know, probably to a Western team. Am I right, guys? Probably to a Western team. Let me see. NBA games. So the Raptors. That's right. Eastern team. Okay. Surprising. The Kings lost to the Pelicans by 32 points. I can't even talk shit because we lost by 30. So, but, you know, like I said, we were missing all of our guys. There's no biggie. So the standings are pretty much how they've been. It's not really changed. Yeah, the Nuggets are still first, and since the Grizzlies lost, they didn't advance. Since the Kings lost, they did not advance towards the Nuggets. So it's kind of just a stalemate all around. All the top 3 teams in the West lost. So it's kind of no biggie. So, you know, today's just kind of one of those days, one of those nights. I'm not mad, you know, it's kind of whatever. It just sucks when we look back, right? Oh yeah, they could have won this game, but then you remember, oh wait, they're sitting like literally their starters. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. The only thing that we could talk about now is the Kyrie trade, but I don't really want to talk about that. You guys can in the comments. I already said my piece last video. I literally just recorded this morning and I talked about it. So you can watch the last video that I uploaded when they played the Hawks. I talk about it at the end of my video, how I think it could work. I'm still not worried as a Nuggets fan. It is interesting to see Kyrie Irving come out to the West Side now. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not worried. If you guys are worried, let me know. Whoever's on the West Coast, you know, whether you're a Pelicans fan or a Kings fan or a Clippers fan or whatever, let me know how you feel about it, if you're worried at all. I'm really not that worried. If they could get it to work really well, then I will. But I think there's going to be some getting used to each other, especially with Kyrie being ball dominant, Luka being ball dominant. They're kind of the same player, but like I said, Luka's kind of like a LeBron type. So they might be able to make it work where Luka gets his, and then he's like, all right, I want to take a little break. Kyrie could get yours, and they're trying to take turns. But it's kind of like the Trae Young, I think, DeJounte Murray type thing when they're not doing that great. So maybe the Mavericks will just stalemate. I don't know, because let's not like Luka's great, but I don't know if he's as great as LeBron back then, you know? Like, LeBron was carrying his team to the finals and winning the finals. So it's like, I don't know how dominant Luka's good. I don't know about LeBron in his prime good though, but you know, like, there's no knock on Luka. I love Luka. Like, I'm afraid of the Mavericks because of Luka. Luka's the only reason to be afraid of the Mavericks. That guy's a savage. So I'm just like, you know, if they make it work, I feel like it's still going to be a stalemate. I don't expect them to like take off and just do amazingly, unless, like I said, they just realize like, hey, we're gonna have to take turns here, or you know, we're gonna like start making plays for each other and stuff like that. If they can get that chemistry down real quick, and it works, and they're gonna be savage. I try not to get too hype about stars joining each other, because like, God, I'm not gonna sound fucking old. Back in my day, when like the Knicks had like the Carmelo, Amari, Stoudemire, Tyson Chandler front court, and they did not accomplish anything. But everyone was like, "Oh, look at this big three, blah 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 blah." Didn't do anything. So it's shit like that. Even like the Kobe Bryant, Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, Pau Gasol, like all of them on the same team, didn't do anything. You know, like it looks great on paper, but we never know how it's gonna be in the game, and that's where I'm all like, yeah, it sounds a little bit great, but you also got to remember, like I said, they're both ball dominant. So unless they can make that work, because like look at LeBron and Russell Westbrook, it didn't work. Like now it kind of is because Russell's on the bench, but it was not about it. Just wasn't working, man. And everyone's like, Lakers are the championship, blah blah blah. I was like, nah, it's not gonna work. I called that from the beginning. Russell Westbrook is not a Kyrie. That's why I think Kyrie can make it work with Luka, because he's not a Russell Westbrook type. Like he's not trying to stat pad everything, you know. So it could work. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. Just because, like I said, I think I'm repeating myself. I wouldn't be surprised if it worked. But I'm still not really that worried, unless they could get it clicking really soon, really quickly, and then they're just like taking off. I don't know. It could work really well for them. I guess they play tomorrow against the Jazz, so I might have to tune into that game, because I kind of want to see if Kyrie's going to be playing that game, and then I could, you know, judge it a little bit, and then I could talk about it again when the Nuggets play the Timberwolves on Tuesday. I could talk about it that video, but that's the way for me, guys. I'm tired of shit. I'm ready to go to sleep, so talk to you guys later, man. It's been fun. See you guys next time.